Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So last week the session was quite hard and some people complained and got confused as well. So this initial PowerPoint is just to try to attempt to clear up some of the confusion and clear up some of the concepts, and then after that we will carry on from the bottom everywhere. So this will be two different videos. Anyway, so Atma Parmatma, what are they? What's the small soul and the big soul? So in terms of the big picture, as science says, or as God says, there's force in the world, which is God, and then there is matter or Maya. So that's two entities that exist. Without force, without God, then nothing can move or function. So God is like pure energy. So in terms of God, God is one, and in that oneness, we describe God as Nirgun. Nirgun means God who's got no creation in him and no entity. So God without any matter, and it's pure cosmic energies. I have described, put a question mark there because I'm not sure if that's the right description, but anyway, that's how I'll describe it for now. And the example that you can check for that description of Nirgun Paramatma is the first chant of Jap Sai. So you can check that, and in that, God is described as having no caste, no roop, so no form, no colour, no distinction of any sort of matter. So that's what God is in Nirgun. And then when we get to Brahm Gian or divine wisdom, that realization, when we get to that point, is always of Nirgun, God. So that's what Brahm Gian always is realized as. And for this goal of God that is eternal, non-changing and constant, that's the Nirgun Paramatma that we're trying to attain. So that is eternal, non-changing and constant. So that's that one. So what happens from that one? He creates creation. Yeah. So from that one Nirgun, he sprouted forward creation. Yeah. But that one Nirgun still remained the same. So he still remained the same in terms of himself. So that energy that which sprouted forward is a slight energy of God which creates the rest of creation. But Nirgun Paramatma still stays in that group as well. So if you look at chapter 7 at the start, Ad Sat Jugad, Sat Happy, Sat Nanak, Hosi, Sat, that God, that truth never changes. So that's actually Nirgun Paramatma who never changes. Whereas that trueness, that oneness is eternal, always the same, never changing, a constant. And when God so decided, he sprout forward this energy, created the creation. And that creative God or energy of God is also called Ishwar in these Granths, so in this Harjinder Hari Updesh and Vichar Sagaras, which we covered some paragraphs from last week, which were quite hard. So he's called Ishwar. So Ishwar is God in the creation. And then our mission is to find that Nirgun God in all that occurs in our lives and everything that we see. So we've got to separate the temporary from the eternal. The eternal is Nirgun, temporary is the Sargun or Maya. And Nirgun, this is the thing that was described last week as sakhi, so it's like a silent witness. Yeah, a witness is only usable in a court proceeding if they're not biased and they just say things as they are. So what this Nirgun God does, he observes all, sees reality for what it truly is. And that's what Nirgun does. He doesn't get involved in anything, but he sees everything as it is because he's got true wisdom. He's God. So now what we have is two concepts. So now on a large scale, macro, and a micro scale, so big and small. So on a big scale, God is Paramatma, so that's the great soul. This great soul pervades everything, and its underlying true essence is Nirgun. Yeah. And using destruction as an example to describe this. Yeah, when everything has been destroyed, Nirgun still exists. So when all this Sargun Rup and all matters in this destroyed, Nirgun still exists. So that existence of Nirgun is continuous. Just to attain this Nirgun, to realize Nirgun, Paramatma, one must relinquish all diversity and see unity of one in all and each and every thought and action that we conduct. That's how we get to him. So the example of the sakhi or the witness is the Atma in us is like that as well. It's like a sakhi, so it's always there and seeing it, everything but not interacting, and we need to see everything like that Atma sees everything as it truly is. So macro, micro, Paramatma, Atma, Paramatma is the big soul, Atma is a small soul. So on large scale, the whole of creation is the macro or the Paramatma. On a small scale, the Jeev, what we are, living beings, we have an Atma in us, so that's like the small soul within us. of God, but it's the same element, let's say, that cosmic energy. So to realise God, we must first get Atma Gian, so self-realisation, so realisation of what the Atma is within us, that soul, yeah, and what that true essence of us is, or what that self-realisation is. So this might seem abstract, but this is all going to come up in the book, and it was described in last week's session, so you can relook at that in reflection of this, and if people still have questions, you can send them in. God created us at the start of time immemorial in his own image, and at the start of time when he did that, we had divine wisdom, so we were Brahm Gian is when he created us initially. But as we interacted with creation, we slowly developed chronic amnesia, yeah, so we forgot our true identity, and we committed actions, and we got caught up in the web of karma. So by creating actions and creating our own karma, we slowly forgot completely who we are now, which we still are, that same thing, which is Ad Sach, God Sach, Heavy Sach, and Anakosiki Sach. And what we exist, what you see on the screen, this is all temporary. Yeah? So now, we've got to realise God, and that method that was described last week was this sakhi bhav, yeah? So realise that your Atma is like a witness, yeah? Observe all for what it truly is, comparing all that you do, yeah? So it doesn't interact, but it's the power behind everything. Develop the intellect or the buddhi of this witness, so you develop a sakhi bhav, which is you start seeing and differentiating in vivek buddhi, which is what is eternal and what's not eternal, non-eternal. So that's how you start differentiating what's Atma, what's the force, and what's the matter. And we need to sway ourselves away from matter, yeah. And develop that witness develop that intellect, of that witness, and reduction of all reality back down to the Atma, which is permanent. Then once we have tranquilized our minds, we become self-realized, so we get Atma Gian, and then God realization or Brahm Gian follows on from that. So Atma Gian first happens, self-realization of the Atma within us, and then Brahm Gian outside. So Jo Brahm and De Sweep and De Jo Koje So Pave. So what's in the world is also within us. So the Atma is within us, the Paramatma is everywhere else. So we have to forge that Atma, and then once you've got that, we get the rest of Paramatma outside as well. So the big game for all of us is happiness consists in realising it is all a great strange game. That's what it all is, the whole of creation. And we have to realise that the big game is to overcome this Maya, this illusion of matter, which is enshrouding the force which is seen in creation, which is Ishwar. Yeah? And behind all that is this Atma, Paramatma, this Nirgun that never actually interacts in any of this, which is the pure cosmic energy of God, which is powering everything. Yeah? So I have purpose, realise the force, this force permeates every pore of everything. That's what we're supposed to do.